Okay, Heather, you can tell that's not Caroline. She's going to film this because we made a lot of errors and we need to fix them. So she's going to hold the camera and she will zoom in on glycolysis over here.
How do you zoom in?
She'll just hold it closer.
Ah! This is easy.
Okay, glycolysis from our videos. Yes, they were hilarious, but we left out a very important part. It goes glucose, fructose 1,6-biphosphate, 2G3P. I don't know what the long name is, but it's short, so that makes it amazing. And glucose becomes fructose 1,6-biphosphate. So it gets 2 phosphates, and those came from the ATP.
Poop!
We got poop, yeah. And then the poop becomes poo-oop. It's got a break in there. Like your mom called you while you were on the pod and you had to talk to her and then you had to keep going.
Or maybe your poop just broke once it hit the water because it was thin poop.
Okay. And,
Scatological humor.
Okay. 2-phosphate from the cytoplasm of the cell join and they become the phosphoglycerate. The poop.
Poop, poop.
And this, when those phosphate join, is when we have the redox reaction that causes NAD to come along and catch the protons, which are the hydrogen ions, and we get 2 NADH. Then, the G3P become phosphoglycerate. And you have poop. And then you know our...
Aw, dang, I'm po.
As she said, become...
Something about pimps.
All totally pimpin'.
All totally pimpin'.
Because, they stole the phosphate from our phosphoglycerate. And now we just have...
because we got phosphate.
See, she's funny. And now we have pyruvate. Okay. That is our fixing of the glycolysis. Now, this I later fixed, but because I messed it up so many times, I thought I should go back and fix it. This is electron transport chain, and I'm going to explain what happens. First of all, this is the cytoplasm of the cell. This is the outer cell membrane of, like, the mitochondria. Then it's the inner membrane space. Then it's the cristae, and it's the matrix of the mitochondria. Electrons are taken from NADH or FADH2, and the electrons are taken, and they travel along, and as they travel, they power protein pumps that send protons out into the inner membrane space to create a gradient. The electrons travel along, and when 2 electrons get down here, 2 electrons, the 2 electrons join up with an oxygen and 2 hydrogen ions to create H2O.
Water!
Yep, water. We love water. So that is the fixing of the electron transport chain. And just to clarify, I thought I would go over the structure of the mitochondria. This is our mitochondria. It's round and it's got a squiggly thing on the inside.
The matrix!
Yep. Okay, we're going to go out in. The cytoplasm of the cell, which is all out here, all this area. And then we have the outer mitochondrial membrane, the outer membrane. It's also semi-permeable. Membranes are usually semi-permeable because we have to let stuff in and out of different things.
Like water.
Yes, like water. You're smart. Then
6 semesters of biology.
We have the inner membrane space, which is in between the outer mitochondrial membrane and the inner mitochondrial membrane. The inner mitochondrial membrane is also known as the cristae. It's all the creases. And the creases give it extra room for the electron transport chain. I forgot the big word for room. And then you have the space, then you have the inner mitochondrial membrane, the cristae, and then you have the matrix.
You got your buttae cristae
that's
protecting your
our
matrix.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you.
Your matrix is protected by your buttae cristae, and sometimes she has to poop.
Let's not confuse people, okay?
I'm sorry. It
Okay.
seemed to fit. Everybody poops.
Okay, let's go over. Glycolysis is going to happen out here in the cytoplasm.
Glyplasm.
Glycolysis. Glyplasm. Okay.
I said glyplasm.
Glyplasm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because it happens in the plasm, and it's gly.
Okay. The glycolysis happens in the cytoplasm. Energy is used...
Can I steal this? There.
Thank you. Okay, and then we talked about how Matchmakers sends the pyruvate that we get through the protein pumps in active transport into the inner mitochondrial space. So we lose ATP because we have to use some to get in there. And then this is where the proton gradient happens. Isn't that lovely? We have Krebs cycle and link reaction. All that happens in here. And then we get to use that stuff to build up this little thing, the gradient, on these little pumps right here.
Yay!
So that is cellular respiration. Heather, you may show them my room now. Show them your favorite art.
This is the mural. Hey, it's OCD and CDO. I didn't see that before. I thought CDO offended you because you didn't have
That's
alphabetical
why
order ones.
those are all the rejects.
Oh.
I'm painting over them. Show them the blacklight wall. There's Heather's, the picture of Heather's over there in the corner. Isn't it pretty? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all for now.
Oh, you can also catch me in a French fry video on this channel if you're interested. I ate them with only my face, like a boss. Earlier today, in fact. We have a bra you haven't seen yet. And that's where your poop goes.